It is somehow already December when I'm filming this video, and I wanted to do a year-end recap for you to walk through all of the different things that I experimented with and tried in both of my businesses this year. My word of the year honestly feels like it was experimentation and just embracing change and trying new things and seeing what sticks. And honestly, this was a very, very helpful experiment to go back through my year because there were so many things that I tried and experimented with that I would have forgotten about if I wasn't sitting down and filming this video. So pro tip for you, after this video, go back through your own marketing and your business this year and look at what you did, because I'm sure that you did more than you think and experimented with more than you think, and maybe forgot things that you tried and are actually really helpful you can bring back into the next year as well. So I am just going to rattle off the different things that I tried, what worked, what didn't, what I did, and kind of how that particular experiment went, so that you can take away inspiration for this next year as well. All right, so if you're new to me or you aren't super familiar with me, really quick, I have two different brands. So one, I'm an author. I've been doing that for a decade now. I have grown my audience to 500,000. I've sold tens of thousands of books. I write in the mental health and poetry space and have a few published books as well as a journal. So part of my time goes toward writing new books. I'm working on my first thriller novel, marketing those books, selling those books, and growing my audience for my author brand. And then I also have the Marketing by SHELBY brand, which is where you are at right now. I teach creatives, authors, artists, how to market and sell their work online. We just hit the 9,000 student mark, which is wild. So I'm celebrating that for sure. And so that's a little bit about what I do, just to give you context for this video. All right, so the very first thing that I tried this year that was really fun was a secret menu for my students. So whenever you purchased a product, you log into your student dashboard, and I added a secret menu link. I've always liked the idea of a secret menu. Restaurants have secret menus. It's not like publicly available, but you might have heard from a friend of a friend or someone who works for the company, like, oh, we have a secret drink. And so I liked this idea for my students and offering a secret menu. I did it from, I think, a couple months into the year through to last month. I closed it down. So it was almost the full year. And the reason I closed it down is just because of the amount of work to update the secret menu on a regular basis. So whenever I started it, the idea was that each month I would offer something new on the secret menu, whether that was a free offer or a paid offer that they're getting first sneak peek access to, or maybe a special discount. And so it was meant to be like, as my students log in and are taking their courses, they can pop into the secret menu to check it out. Whenever I first launched it, I emailed it out to my audience and let them know about it. And that's when I got the most traction on it. But I didn't want it to be something that I was regularly emailing about, because then it didn't feel like a secret menu anymore. And so I think that that would have helped me get more traction, but kind of takes away from the idea of it. And so with it not getting a lot of traction throughout the year, and also it taking me time to either come up with new offer ideas or just set up the page to have something different on it each month, it didn't really add up to being useful. So I think it's a great idea. I think you should take it and run with it if it sounds like it's something that's interesting to you, but just keep those kind of cons in mind. So it's gone for now. Maybe it's something that I bring back, or maybe it's like a December only secret menu for like the holidays or something like that. And not a year-round thing. All right, the next thing I tried was bringing more of myself into my content this year. This is a trend, not really even a trend, but just something that I think we're going to continue to see, is that as AI content rises, people want to see more humanity, more humans in their marketing content, and getting to connect with brands on a deeper level. So that's something that I really changed this year, was experimenting with video styles, with carousel styles, and bringing my face in more and photos of me in more. And as someone who spent a lot of years at the beginning of my author career not showing my face and not wanting to get on video, that's a pretty big change for me. And so I definitely will do it again and will continue doing it. So that's definitely a yes, that worked. And I think that it will continue to work, and recommend that you as well continue to do, because like I said, it's just a really different landscape on social media now with AI content, with a lot of faceless content. I think that was a bigger trend in 2024 than 2025. And I think that's because long-term, it doesn't necessarily work whenever your audience can't really connect with you and the person behind the account as well for a long-term, successful, sustainable creative career. So that's something that definitely worked, and something that I'm going to continue doing. A signed books shop. So I launched a direct sales shop on my website just at the end of October for the holiday sales season. And yes, I would do it again, but I'm actually not going to keep it year round. This was something that I knew before I even launched it, that this was something I was going to launch for a few months for holiday sales, for people being able to buy signed books as gifts for the holidays. I've done that for years now, but I've never done it through an actual shop on my website. I would just collect people's invoices, like send them an invoice, collect their payment manually. And so I have this shop so that it's a lot easier on my end. It took a little bit more back end setup, but I just used what I already have, which was Squarespace. That's the website that I use to host, both my brands, and they have a shop feature. So I wasn't paying for anything extra beyond what I already had, which was nice. And it took some time to set up, but now I can just pull it down for next year and put it back up in October of next year. And so it won't be as much work next year, which is really nice. So that is something I would definitely do again. I still have a couple more weeks of promoting it before I'll take it down for the holidays. And I think my main thing that I would change with that is just promoting it more. I was very busy with the Marketing by Shelby side of things this past month or so with Black Friday, and we'll get into all of that, of things I would do again there, but it just was hard for me to balance both. And so I would definitely market it more, market it better. And that's what I plan to do the next couple of weeks as well. But I definitely love that idea. And if there's anything you can do around the holidays to offer something different or new or a limited edition that people can't normally get year round, that can be a really nice incentive to increase sales around the holiday season. All right. So that brings me to what I've been doing the last couple of months for Marketing by Shelby, which are a couple of different promotions. So I did Marketing Mania for the first time ever. And this was based off an idea that I've seen a lot of people doing the past few years, which is like 5 days of deals where each day there's a new offer available for 24 hours. But I didn't want it to be quite that condensed. And so what I did instead was Marketing Mania, which was a new offer for every single week of the month of November. So it was typically 2 to 3 days per offer. I would send it out every Monday because I send out an email called Marketing Monday every single week. And I would include the offer in that email and then send a reminder email the next day or so. And I really enjoyed this. I will say it was a lot of work that I hadn't anticipated, because my idea for it was recycling things that I already had. So I actually didn't really create that many new things for it, but I still had to set up checkout pages and sales pages and things like that. I did ads that I ran for it. I had to send out the emails. And so it actually did add a decent amount of work, not to mention social media posts promoting it too. So I think for the amount of effort, yes, it was worth it. Like I definitely enjoyed it a lot. I think my audience enjoyed it a lot and got some good deals and good things out of it. But I think if I were to do it again, I would do it differently. And honestly, I don't know what that looks like yet. I have a year to brainstorm and reflect on it. But I'll touch on my Black Friday offer really quick because I'm just wrapping that up as I'm filming this video. It ended the day before. And that went really well as well. But I think that I need to figure out my timing for it, because I don't know about y'all, but Black Friday started way earlier than Black Friday this year. Like I had people emailing me, and totally fine to do so. Hey, like the coupons aren't working yet, or like the sale, it doesn't seem to be on yet. And it was prior to Black Friday. And then I saw some people in like the online business world being like, is anyone else's Black Friday sale super slow this year? And it was before Black Friday. And so I feel like a lot of people were starting things very early this year. And I was seeing in my inbox Black Friday deals a week before Thanksgiving and Black Friday. So I think that's maybe the trend now. And I don't necessarily want to hop on it and be a part of it being earlier. But at the same time, by the time Black Friday rolled around, I feel like a lot of people were already checked out because they had been getting so many offers. And so it's something that I like to participate in because I genuinely like to, one, I offer things at a low price year round. Accessibility and affordability are one of the reasons I started this company in the first place. But I liked being able to offer a sale once or twice a year. And so I like to jump on the Black Friday thing. But I think I'd have to start it earlier this year and maybe do Marketing Mania, the weekly offer. And then the last week is Black Friday, and it starts earlier than what I did, which was I started it on the actual day of Black Friday. So we'll see. It went well. One thing that I did differently this year was a pre-sale. So I launched the Marketing Momentum Accelerator. It's still open for enrollment if you're interested. We start in January, and it's a private program between you and me, and we're working on different things every single week to help with your marketing. And I did a pre-sale for that. So even though it wasn't starting for over a month from when I was selling it, over Black Friday, I nearly hit my goal. And I'm sure I will this coming month before January starts. And so that was something that I hadn't done before, was pre-sell something, but that seemed to work really well too. All right, next thing, switching gears back to marketing and social media content, was listening to the type of content that my audience was responding to. This might sound obvious, but sometimes we can really get stuck in a rut, and I certainly can, where I want to post what I want to post and not really listen to what other people are reacting to and engaging with. But what I saw this past year or so for me is that I was getting less engagement on Reels than I used to, and less views on Reels, and way more on carousels and static posts, specifically for Instagram. So I really switched gears and did way less Reels than I used to. And I think that paid off. I personally like carousels better. I'm not as much of a video person, even though I love YouTube and do it as much short form video, I should say. And so I really enjoyed that switch. And I think that it's just important to listen to your audience and to the data and what it's telling you, because we can waste a lot of time if we don't listen to the data. So maybe for you, it's the opposite and your Reels are really taking off and you're trying to push carousels more or push static images more, but maybe you need to lean more into Reels. So whatever it is for you, I think that it's just really helpful to listen to the data, to look at the numbers, and to base our time and our effort off of that. Another social media thing that's new this year is trial Reels. And did it work and would I continue it? Yes, I need to do it more and be more strategic about it. It's something that I tried but wasn't really consistent enough with to get the benefits from, I feel like. And so with posting regularly on social media, it's like this extra layer to then also post trial Reels on top of it. So I had to kind of neglect it for a moment there to just focus on my regular content. But to me, it's like trial Reels is kind of like a free ad because you're getting in front of non-followers without paying for anything. And even if it gets 100 views versus, it might not go viral, that's still, more reach from non-followers than I would have gotten if I hadn't posted it. So that's kind of how I'm weighing it, but it's not something that I'm spending hours and hours on because of that reason. I don't want it to, really outweigh the time that I'm spending on it. So yes, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth trying if you haven't tried them yet. I will link my video about trial Reels up here if you're watching on YouTube or in the description as well. But yes, want to get more consistent with those in the new year. Okay, a couple ways that I expanded my revenue a little bit. One was email sponsors. So I started taking on a very limited number of email sponsorships where brands would actually pay me for a segment in my email where I would put an ad placement in. And I don't want my newsletter to be all ads, of course. So I was very limited with this. I think I did maybe 5 the whole year, maybe 6. And I really liked that as a boost of revenue, something that I was already going to be sending out. And so I just added in their ad. And, it gave me extra boost of revenue. It gave my audience a new resource or brand to check out that I believe in. And and so that's something that I definitely will continue doing. And then similarly to that kind of is affiliates. So I try to lean more into my affiliate program this year, which is where I offer a commission. If you share my programs or products, you get a commission when someone buys. And I've always had it, but I didn't really promote it that much. So I feel like I lean in more into promoting it, into connecting with my network and being like, hey, I have this thing. I think that your audience would love it. Do you want to share it? And also emailing my affiliates. Like I emailed them before Black Friday and let them know, here's what's coming. Here's what you can share. You get 40% commission. And so sharing the dates of different things I offered, I definitely noticed more affiliates promoting my stuff. So that's something that I want to lean into even more this coming year as well. So definitely worked. We'll continue it. Next thing is visibility ads. So I started running Instagram visibility ads, just a few dollars a day. I've scaled them up since then because they were working really well. And it's something that I started teaching as well. So my Creatives Content Club membership for creatives has an Instagram visibility ads masterclass. And my students are getting really, really great results from this as well. So I started running these earlier this year. Definitely something I'll continue. They've been off over Black Friday just because ad costs tend to go up a little bit during Black Friday weekend because so many businesses are advertising. But something that I'll continue, something that has brought in great new followers and new leads for my business as well. So I will be continuing those, and I run those on my author page, and something that I'll definitely continue. So that worked great. And if you're interested in the strategy for that, my club will be reopened at the beginning of January, but make sure you're on the wait list. I'll link it in the description of this video so you can join in on that. It's free to join the waitlist, and then you'll learn more about the club after joining the waitlist and get your invite. Okay, so I did Marketing Mania in November, and then I also completely forgot that I did like a birthday week extravaganza in June for my birthday, where I had multiple different things going on for both brands. I did a giveaway for both brands, which boosted engagement and boosted my email list, because in order to enter the giveaway, they had to join my email list. So that was a really helpful tool that I'll definitely be utilizing again for both brands. And then I did some fun things, like I did a scavenger hunt where I hid different freebies on YouTube, on Threads, on Instagram. And so my audience had to like go to each platform to find the freebie. And so that was really fun. People enjoyed that, and they got a free little gift as a thank you. So I think I'll do something like that again for birthday week. It was just a really nice week to like appreciate my followers and my audience and my community. And yeah, hopefully they felt the appreciation as well. So that was fun. And yes, definitely something that I would do again. Another thing I did during that birthday week was a survey and discount on my offers. This worked really well. I got really great market research for this. This is something that I definitely recommend doing. What I did was I hosted a regular sale. It was like 24-hour flash sale. I don't remember the exact percentage, but it was like maybe 20% off. But then you could double your discount and get double the amount off. I think it was like almost 50%. So maybe 25% and then like 50%, for example, and also extend the sale past 24 hours if you completed a survey. And so the survey was just market research for me on what people were looking for in my audience. What type of offers do you currently like? What are your biggest challenges? Blah, blah, blah. And most people, over 90% of people, did the survey. I was expecting a lot more people to do, take the 25% off. They don't have to do a survey. They don't have to do any work to get the deal. But actually, so many people completed the survey, and it gave me so much information. So I will definitely be doing that again. I think a little bit of a different offer and structure, but loved that idea. Definitely recommend it. All right, the last new thing I did was I launched a quiz as a lead magnet. And I actually did 2 different quizzes, one for each brand. And I love a quiz, and I think a lot of people love taking quizzes. So it really helped to grow my email list, to get people interested in the topic of the quiz. So it was very aligned to my audience and what I offer. And so I used Interact for this. It's a quiz platform, pretty popular one. If you want to make your own lead magnet quiz, I will link my affiliate link in the description for that if you want to check it out. I've been using them for almost a year now, I think, and it's gone great. I've gotten thousands of people in taking these quizzes. It helps to show my authority too, because for my quiz for Marketing by Shelby, they take the quiz, they get like a little marketing strategy, some of my YouTube videos, so it directs them over here to learn more and hear me teach and all of that as well, which helps bring people into my courses too. So that was something that I really, really am glad that I offered this year and integrated into my strategy. So I definitely recommend a quiz as a lead magnet too. All right, so I want to hear from you. What is something new that you experimented with or did this year? And how did it go? Would you do it again? I think it's so helpful just to reflect on these things because, like I said, I would have totally forgotten about a lot of these things had I not planned this video. So I hope you enjoyed learning and hearing about the things that I experimented with this year and what went really well for me. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.